Hello, I've forgotten what number podcast is.
It's episode 135.
It's episode 135 of Trusty Hogs.
Welcome. And what the hell is going on? Great question. Well, if you're listening, probably not a lot. But if you're watching, oh my goodness me, we're in a new podcast studio, Helen.
It's magical here.
Because why wait for episode, or why start in a gorgeous podcast studio episode 1? Mm-hmm. Why even do it at episode 100? Why not wait for episode 135 to really change the game?
Through the fog, step forth the trusty hogs. Yeah, you're gonna give them your problems and they will solve them, or maybe they won't, and that's your problem. They'll have guests and Andrew White on the tech. Oh, it's Helen and Catherine as the trusty hogs. Trust the trusty hogs, or maybe not.
You guys, seriously, we're in the most beautiful podcast studio we've ever been in. It's, I want to say clean. It's gorgeous. We have just signed a year-long contract with Audio Always. Whoop, 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 whoop. How exciting. We should have read it, but listen, not to worry. And it means that we get to hang out here, don't we?
Forever. We get free rent, we get free board. It's incredible. We're all moving in.
Nope.
Me, Em and Andrew are sleeping in triple bunk beds.
You wish.
Catherine is sleeping standing up as she prefers.
I actually barely move when I sleep. My mom says I sleep like a vampire.
It's really creepy.
I like it that the bed's tidy when I get out. I just have to shush it back.
What's your favourite thing about the new studio already? I'll go first.
Oh, okay, please. By all means. Why would we change a habit of a lifetime?
Proximity to Boots.
Ooh, tell me more. By Chancery Lane.
We are other one, Farringdon Boots.
Very nice.
Absolutely charming, because you go downstairs a little bit to get into it, which I think is an absolute treat for
it
a
always
boot.
feels like you're kind of clubbing, isn't it? A little bit like, ooh, how elusive, how exclusive. Very exciting. Yes.
I'd say that's my favourite thing, though. I might change my description pickup to that Boots.
For me, it's the profound professionalism and also the lack of incredibly loud business meetings for pharmaceutical companies happening outside of our door. Not that I didn't love the last place, Andrew. Thank you for finding it.
I'm going to miss the pharmaceutical people. They were so fun.
No, because they what bothered me most about them was how they put out Kit Kats, but they weren't for everyone.
You helped yourself.
I know, but you made me feel bad about it, and I didn't want to feel bad about it.
Because it's technically theft.
Did you not notice, that the pharmaceutical company moved out about 6 months ago, and that was a post-production company for the last 6 months?
Well, they were just as
loud, yeah, but you didn't notice the switchover at all.
Do you know what?
There was a lot less lab coats.
Fewer. Here's the thing.
Oh my God! I missed you.
I missed you.
I
actually did miss you. I know. So you came home from Sydney yesterday. We're back.
I came back from Perth yesterday.
Oh, the 16-hour flight. Don't mind if we
21 total.
No way.
21.
No, but not
total.
from Perth.
With the stopover.
Where'd you stop?
3 hours in Doha, Qatar.
Oh, I did direct London to Perth when I went over. That's a gorgeous flight.
No,
gorgeous
flight.
It's
not.
Oh, it's lovely.
I got the best 3 hours of my life in Doha, Qatar.
Really?
Yeah. No, actually, no. It was a bit boring.
Did you have McDonald's there?
I went to Giraffe.
Oh, classic. Classic.
Are we still boycotting McDonald's? Is that still a thing? Yeah. No.
Why are we boycotting McDonald's?
How do you not know this?
Just tell me. I don't eat there, so it doesn't matter.
Israel, Palestine.
Oh, fine. Yeah, that's a good reason.
Yeah, it's a really good reason.
I don't eat
Catherine.
there.
Okay.
Oh, I little Miss Hungry Jack's.
I fucking love Hungry Jack's.
I know.
So
I don't eat at McDonald's. That's fine, but it's good to know that I have a reason rather than just snobbery.
Once again, shout out to Hungry Jack's in Australia. You are life-changing and incredible, and thank you for
They're
being
not
you.
listening.
They always are.
He's not listening.
They always are. I'll have a Whopper
Are they
with
they?
cheese. I'll have
Are
a
they
Whopper
multiple
with cheese.
Jacks?
Yeah.
Anyway.
5 Jacks.
5 Jacks.
What
Five
was I
Guys
saying?
must have been fuming.
Oh no, at Doha Airport. I actually went to Giraffe.
Yeah, nice. What'd you have?
Because, I wanted to
I can tell you jet lagged because you've already said that, but you said it both times like it was news and I loved it for you. I actually went to Giraffe. We know you said. Go on.
I sat down. I got some work done that was on my list that I hadn't got done from
Snooze
Australia.
alert.
I was so cool.
Oh my God, we both did the same thing, which is like last day panic of all the work I promised myself I would do in Australia. I was like, what can I possibly achieve on the way home?
I
Nothing.
even wrote down
Nothing.
read to page 300 of this book.
Lol.
I was panic reading. I was finishing this scripted idea stuff. I was what am I doing?
I read a really good book in Australia.
Go on.
Well, the start of a really good book in Australia. The Maps We Carry by Rose Cartwright.
What the fuck is that?
She wrote Pure. Do you remember Pure about Pure
OCD?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And now she's writing about sort of the complex of psychology, the psychology industry and how what what it is about categorizing suffering that is useful or not, and otherwise, and psychedelic drugs, which I know that you are fascinated by, if ultimately scared of. Anyway, that's not a good synopsis, but ultimately it's a very clever book. So you know, one of those books where you're like, I can't even describe it in a sentence. It's just very good. You should read it.
Okay, I am so into psychology books. Do you know? I know I told you this we were in Australia, but I think we said it on the podcast. I cannot stop listening to a book on Audible called Sociopath.
Okay, so they're not necessarily the same.
It's exactly the same. Okay, but it's a sociopath who's written a book about being a sociopath.
Whoa.
And it's incredible. It's done with so much like insight and just sort of like, you're just like, oh my God, it must be so sucky to be born a sociopath.
Well, can you feel that it's sucky if you're a sociopath?
Yes. Yeah, because you're like, oh, I've got to be like, I can't be like, I've constantly got to be doing this thing that like everyone needs me to do, but that's not my natural instinct.
Oh, it's like how I have to slow down for English people.
Exactly. Yeah. It's exactly the same
basically
thing.
The same.
It's so good.
Helen, I have so much to tell you.
Okay, wait, I know one thing and I'm already upset about it, but I know we haven't discussed it, but I know what it is.
Okay, look, I'll just get this out of the way because I know you're going to be fuming. On the bright side, I haven't been to Pilates in a while. In fact, I got a message from the Pilates studio being like, we haven't seen you in a week, are you okay? And I was like, wow.
That's got to feel good.
Somebody cares. I think it might be a generic message from Joe, but I refuse to believe that I'm taking it as a personal text.
It's like the Duolingo owl only gets annoyed at you.
Yeah, am I right?
So
oh my God, that guy's obsessed with me. It's like, geez, get off my back. No, but truly, it was very nice. But last night I went to my local beauty shop in Hackney.
Wait for it. 60s, a beauty shop.
Like, as in, like, you know, like
a parlor.
Not a parlor, but like, you know, like it's two Australian women. They have
super drug.
No, these two Australian women from Melbourne have this gorgeous like aesthetics clinic in Hackney Wick. It's called Big in Victoria Park Village. It's beautiful. Everything costs a small fortune, but smells like rich ladies. You know, you walk in, you're like, money, and it's so nice when you can afford one thing a year, but it's so nice when you get it and you make it last. Anyway, that's a sad story about me. To return, because I once bought one thing there, I'm on their mailing list, and they have this run club for it's only once a week. Don't get angry.
No, I'm not. I'm breathing.
It's
I'm
only once
breathing.
a week, and
I'm allowed to breathe.
They have 3 groups: one that walks and runs and walks, and one that runs. And I went last night, and I was so nervous. I've never really gone to a thing without a friend, like as an adult. You know, you're like, I felt like I was joining a club as a kid, and I got such PTSD because we stretched. I've never stretched before in my life before we started, and I was like, oh my God, I'm so anxious. I genuinely the whole time was like on high alert, like I was like, someone's gonna bully me any minute now. But actually it was just a bunch of women in their 30s having a nice time.
No,
it was very wholesome. Yeah, we ran around Victoria Park and then we all went home, and
there was no bullying. You're telling me the group that runs does not bully the group that walks. You're telling me that they're all friends together and that they're all welcome at the pub.
Well,
or do the group that run get there first, and then when the walkers come in, they go, yeah, they fucking go. Watch them get their ass.
No, because you do the same. No, because you do the same length of time. So that's what's nice. Everyone just does 15 minutes out, 15 minutes back. It's very civilized, and so it doesn't matter which speed you're going. You end up back at the same time. It was so nice. You'd absolutely hate it.
How does that work?
What do you mean?
If one group are running for 15 minutes and one group are walking,
you're doing the same time, not the same distance. Hello?
Then how do they get back at the same time?
You just sort of turn around. So if you both run, if you run for 15 minutes and walk for 15 minutes,
1 second,
the time elapses in the same rate,
right?
But you don't cover the same distance.
You're a fucking moron, sweetheart. Right. This one's walking. This finger's walking. This finger's running.
Yeah.
Start the clock. 15 minutes.
Then they've gone different distances.
Right, 15 minutes, bing.
Different distances.
Turn around.
Yeah.
Right. These guys are already tired. The walkers, if anything, are picking up pace.
Right.
So, another 15 minutes.
Well,
oh dear.
Oh, no,
we're not together.
Won.
Here come the runners. They're running up. The walkers have stopped and they're being beaten to shit.
I thought your issue was that
they're punching each other in the guns. You don't get them. You don't get the beauty choices you want.
Do you spend any time with women?
A lot, unfortunately. The fairer sex, my ass.
Wow.
The fairer.
You know, you don't have to come to the run club. You could just support it. You could just support it. 15 posh, white, thin women needed a run, and we had one.
Oh, God.
It was a lovely time.
I might come on it, but like, I always think...
Just smoke. Where's the smokers group?
I'll be smoking, running. I'll probably vomit after 15 minutes of running. Straight down the back of a lovely Phoebe.
Can I just tell you something? You would have absolutely loved the girls I was running with, because one of the women ran the shop and she was women, and she ran the shop and she's from Melbourne. She was really fun.
I do like people from Melbourne.
I know. And she had a gorgeous name. And then, but I guess, I don't know if she wants it on her
yeah,
podcast.
Probably don't say
Yeah.
it.
And then on episode 135, the big guy, don't know what coverage. And then also I was running with British Airways cabin crew. So you're welcome. You'd have fucking loved it.
Wait,
the
shut
tales
the fuck
she
up.
had for me about stopovers. Woo-hoo-hoo. So that's the kind of goss you get on a run. Not goss I'm giving you now, because
Were you in the run group, not in the run walk group?
I was in the run group, yeah.
Good for you.
Thanks, babe. I run. You know this.
I know that, but like...
You don't believe it?
But with cabin crew?
I know.
Fittest of all.
I know. I kept up. Can you imagine?
That's insane.
Yeah. Maybe they're faster in the air.
And then what do you do at the end of it? Do you all just shake hands and go, oh, that's very droll?
Thank you.
Do you all just like meet up at the end and have like a drink? Or do you all just sort of like
Yeah, well, also
high
it's a
five?
very bougie beauty shop, a parlour, whatever you want to call it. So you can go in and you can use their moisturiser and stuff after this, or wash your face with their lovely cleansers, and then you go home. Or you can go to the pub.
This is actually really nice.
It was really
I'm
sweet.
like,
It was honestly actually very wholesome. I know that you hate it, but it was quite
Well, it's 'cause
wholesome.
I went to that run club once in Aldershot when I was a teenager,
Right.
and had to like fake throwing up and stuff just to get out of it.
Yeah, did you even try before you just go straight
I
to
did.
vomit?
I genuinely was like, I've got this, because
my
I
God.
genuinely believed that like fitness was just like you just had to try.
This really felt like one of those scenarios where there was a bunch of women who did not enjoy PE, and everyone just was like, can I go slow? And everyone did, and it was so nice.
No, I'm not having that now. I'm
But
annoyed again. Like,
why?
There's no way that all of these women didn't like PE. There's no way.
The energy was of women. No, because they were like, let's stretch. And everyone looked actively confused.
Was anyone over a size 14?
I think you know the answer to that question.
I would not feel safe there. Happens if I fell and broke 3 of them. That'd be awkward.
Why would you
wouldn't
fall
it?
on them?
I don't know, because I've got like a very
what
Snorlax
angle
person.
are you falling
I'm a body
from?
slam. I'm a body slam.
But what angle are you
That's my
falling
move.
from in a run that you take
Always
down 3
forward,
women?
arms out, belly falls out too.
I'd love
Like,
that. Fall
stop
on me.
it.
If you're going to fall on someone, that sounds very nice. Reassuring almost. Okay, so that's my mundane activity of the
No,
week.
I'm happy you've got a mundane activity.
Well, I have to be mundane now because, as you know,
I'm pregnant.
I've had a public scandal whilst you've been away.
I loved this public scandal.
Can you believe my life?
So much.
Okay, I'll explain. Arguably not a scandal about me, but I did instigate it, so I think in many ways it was about me.
I was in Brisbane, so even further away from you than I could possibly fathom being, and I could hear you going.
Okay, so I don't know if I should do this on the Patreon or not. Let's see how we get on. Right, so I went to I hosted the I Kissed a Girl Q&A for their launch party. I Kissed a Girl is Love Island for lesbians. I don't know why I'm telling our listeners, they obviously fucking know. But I got to watch, first of all 9 episodes in Australia, and then had to keep a secret about what it was all about. It was a thrill. And so I went and we watched the first episode, and then I did a Q&A with Dannii Minogue, Dannii. You know who I mean. But just in case you're hearing the name and didn't know how to spell it, I don't want you to be hearing it wrong. So Dannii Minogue, pre the Q&A, I'm introduced to Dannii Minogue, and I'm brought into a room that I can only describe as like having the largest bouquet of flowers and the highest ceilings I've ever been in. I felt like I was meeting the Queen when forming government. You know what I mean? Like I should have a tiny briefcase.
You wouldn't meet the Queen now, that'd be really,
The King.
Thank you very much.
You're dead right.
Lest we forget.
Lest we forget.
Thank you.
Both equally unimportant to me. But I went in to meet a Queen, Dannii Minogue, and she was so nice. And then we went down for the Q&A, and she, we had a
what
laugh.
was the meeting? Just like, did you shake hands? Was it air kisses?
It was air kisses. It was an air kiss vibe. But also she was like beautiful. I was almost like, don't touch it because it's so perfect. And we went down and did the Q&A, and she was so fun, and like we had such a laugh. And obviously every second question I was like, you gay?
Yeah.
Even a little bit gay? What about now? At one point she was like,
I'd love to know.
Right? And at one point in my like face she was like, have you seen 3 episodes or 4 episodes or 5 episodes? 4 or 5? 4 or 5? And I was like, I've forgotten the question. Let's start with 4, Dannii. Because your fingers were in my face. Oh, how the lesbians laughed. Anyway, we had a great time, and she was so nice, and she was obviously resisting all of my are you gay, because she's not. But she was talking about being an ally and talking about like having had friends during the 80s who were gay and like her experience of it, and like having a mom who taught her how to like to stand up for what's right. And so she's like, she ultimately is like, I obviously identify with the queer community. And she got teary at one point because she was like, I'm so proud of these girls putting themselves out there in this way because they're so young and they're like putting themselves on the line as the first queer women in the setting. All very sweet, very earnest. She's an incredibly like kind soul. At least my experience of her was that. And then why do we always have to caveat with celebrities? It's like, she was nice to me, but unless she does anything publicly awful. But she seemed pretty nice. And the next morning we have a laugh. We have tiny finger food, classic lesbian fare. So nice.
Come on, talk me through
we
the
get
finger
lots
food.
of drinks. Oh my god, it was amazing. There was everything. There was like fish and chips, burgers and chips, little tiny portions, salmon on those blinis. Oh my god, it was
with the sour creamy sort of a thing.
Yeah.
Oh my god,
delicious.
so good.
It was a really good time, and little baby quiches, little baby pakoras. Honestly, a gorgeous time.
Stop it.
They
Baby
were all
quiche
over
can
the
get
map.
very dry. I'll say that though.
They went
Baby
around.
quiche. I've had many that I'd say on too dry.
They went around with a sauce.
Stop. What's the sauce that goes with quiche? Like a custard?
It was like
or...
it was like a harissa mayo business.
Shut
Delightful.
the fuck up.
Delightful. Yeah, they really knew what they were doing.
Is that like do lesbians have that all the time?
Well, they're
Is
not
that like a lesbian thing?
saucing.
Quiche with
Arguably.
with mayo? Shh, don't tell the others.
No, but finger food is our wheelhouse, I'd say.
Yeah. No,
So,
100%.
I'm there.
And thank you for it.
You're welcome. I go home. I have a gorgeous time. Ellen, my girlfriend, comes with me. She's asked twice if she was on the show. She's losing her mind. She's so excited. She's like, no, turned it down. I was like, fuck off. Everyone keeps calling me mother, which means I know I'm in my 30s. I know. Imagine 22-year-olds calling your mother. You're like,
but you also loved it.
I'm obsessed with Amy from the show. She's my fave. She also makes these amazing Dyke rings. She's making me one and I'm so excited.
Stop.
But she knew who I was and I was like, oh my god. To be recognized by the youth, even if they're calling you mother, it'll take it. A gorgeous time. So they're all so hot in person. It's like lesbians with Love Island stylists. It's amazing.
Shit.
Anyway, so we leave. Next morning I get up and I'm
Do
like,
they not have like one like dumpy lesbian on the show? Not just chuck like one in the mix.
no, they're all like 21 to 24.
Oh, that's a shame.
No, they're all like, they're a hot.
Chuck one in. Hey.
No, I mean, I think that would have been more realistic to have some, but no, they're all just fit. Also,
Sorry, I'm late. I shit myself on
by
the
the way,
flight.
I'm obsessed with whoever's doing the edits on the show because they just keep doing cutaways to the ones who lift weights, and it's like they know what the lesbians want. Truly, it's all shoulders all day long. Anyway,
Amazing.
to circle back, if I may, we also, oh my god, sorry, all the feminists in my life who sent me lists in order of which ones they fancy in which order, I'm like 1 to 10 being like, I'm like, we don't deserve anything. But so the next morning I wake up and every news outlet in the country is reporting that Dannii Minogue broke down in tears and came out as queer at this show. I was like, as if I wouldn't have noticed if that happened on my watch, please. As if. And I was like, no, she didn't. Then I was like, how much champagne did I have? I was jet lagged. It was like 2 days after I got home. So I like went up to Ellen and I was like, do you think Dannii Minogue came out? And she was like, no, what? Huh? Anyway, everyone's reporting it and then Dannii has to put out a statement.
I saw this because I saw your
A sweet ally being like, shout out to the girlies, but I can't claim this space. And she mentioned me in it and said I was a great host if anybody's looking for an event host. So nice. And Danny's sign of approval. But I was like, oh my God, this is wild. So but I just think it's like exactly why they're like genuinely, they're like the sort of vociferous enthusiasm with which like the Daily Mail and Co were like, aha, she's a fucking lesbian, which is ultimately the undertone.
We've caught her.
Yeah, caught is such a right word, caught out.
Yeah.
I was like, I kind of didn't think it was a big deal that there was a lesbian dating show. I'm a bit like, I think what's big is that like we always have to die in television shows, etc. Like where it's always like staring, dying, moping. Those are our brands. Like slow kissing. It's like, come on. I'm quite excited that we get to be basic as fuck on the telly because this show.
No, wait a second. Lesbians do slow kiss a lot.
No, but this show's purely about fingering it beside a pool. Like it's just about like, it's honestly just like a bunch of 22-year-olds humping each other. They can't do it on the telly.
Oh,
and it was never in. But
was it not?
You guys are obsessed, but no.
It's
so unimaginative. Straight people always think you're like, wow, think about it.
Because it was always that at school, wasn't it?
I went to a Catholic all-girls school.
Let me just do that again for the sound of the mic.
Mine was more like prayer hands.
We picking that up, guys?
Yeah.
Please.
Are we good? It's turning me on.
Yeah.
No, it's not.
Got him off. Oh,
I've gotten to organise shelves and watched you hand finger yourself.
Sorry, you were saying something really poignant about
oh my God, no. I was actually saying that it's so nice to have a frivolous show. But then when everyone was like, aha, I was like, oh shit, we actually do need this if it's still like hot goss that somebody might have said, right. P.S. I'm queer. Like if it's like an odd incidental, you're like, geez Louise.
But didn't that happen like a couple of years ago when like Rebel Wilson got outed and she wanted to make her own announcement and they were just sort of like, we found out. And it's like, what the fuck are you doing?
I think she had to announce before they published
she did.
The next
She
day.
had to like, but
gross,
she wasn't
gross.
absolutely insane.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
But you met Dannii Minogue.
But I met Dannii Minogue and loads of 21 to 22-year-old lesbians. Oh my goodness, I'm learning so many phrases, Helen. There's loads of phrases that have changed that I didn't know about.
Wait, did you say slay to them? They love slay.
I didn't say slay on account of, as I say, being a white woman. You've got to stop. But I'll say this. Slay. But what I'll say is that when I was, God, I sound so old. When I was a young lesbian, when I was a young wee lesser, we'd say like lipstick lesbian or high femme or femme and butch or femme and mask. They say black cat, golden retriever. Yeah.
Wait. What's the black
golden
cat?
Retriever is like a butch who looks like they're like hard and then like within 2 seconds they're like super in love and very enthusiastic and all like wife guys.
Oh my God. Okay. Yeah.
Ellen. And a black cat is apparently like a slightly cooler, a bit more aloof, standoffish lesbian.
Stop. Black cat and golden retriever.
Golden retriever.
And then what are the other ones?
Apparently that's it.
There's no like bunnies or hamsters or anything?
The lengths that, no, there's not. But I do love the lengths the lesbians will go to.
You couldn't a hamster though, could you? That'd be awful.
I love the lengths the lesbians will go to because they're like, there's no boy or girl. There's a black cat and a golden retriever.
That's cool.
Bit of fun, eh?
Did you learn any more phrases? I want to get them with the
What else
youth.
were they saying? They were saying STEM as in femme and stud, but I've heard that before.
But I thought STEM was like science, technology.
Oh yeah, more women in STEM, but also more women in STEM.
One more time.
Studs and femmes.
Studs and femmes.
A mix.
Okay.
M's a STEM.
Hey baby.
Hey baby. Isn't she so cute? Right?
Yeah.
STEM.
Yeah. So more stems, more femmes in stems, what?
No. Well, more femmes in stems and also more women in STEM.
What we're saying is we want more female scientists.
Sure, if you want
more
just
lesbians.
And more
lesbians.
Yeah. But I think they go, and I think we can all agree, hand in hand.
God, it's hard to be an ally with all this language changing.
There's some alternative phrases I found.
Oh.
So stem, stud, femme, futch, feminine butch, or chapstick
Futch
lesbian.
is a no.
I love
chapstick lesbian, so shady. Oh my God, that's savage.
Wait, what's a chapstick lesbian?
I can only assume it's like a lipstick lesbian who's not done the job well.
Yeah, somebody who's got femme and butch characteristics.
Oh, a chapstick femme.
Yeah. It
feels to me like a lipstick femme on a bad week. Do you know what I mean? Like chapstick femme feels like, yikes, let's get some hydration.
I love lip balms. I was literally thinking this morning, we are living in a golden age of lip balm shopping.
Really?
Yeah. Because you remember like a couple of months ago, I was like, we're living in the golden age of squash. Like when you go to the supermarket.
Can
and
I
you
just
go to
say,
the squash aisle, you're like, what a privilege.
Favorite squash? 3, 2, 1, peach.
Apple and blackcurrant.
Apple and blackcurrant.
I do like the pinch.
I fucking love peach.
Robinsons in yours.
It's one of my like genuine commitments to myself as an adult
really
that no one in my house should ever have to drink water.
Catherine has.
Not if they don't want to.
Right. At any one point, this is since
fucking
like
love peach
this
squash.
is when you were living in like a house share in Kilburn, like years and years ago.
I love peach
You
squash.
have peach squash inside of a wine rack, and then you've got 2 full bottles in your fridge at any one point that are already diluted, ready to pour out.
Cold, nice and cold. Oh my God, I love it so much. That's what's in my
Stanley.
Stanley.
At the moment, I sent Sunil to buy orange yesterday because I literally landed and went to a gig.
Right.
Robinson's orange squash. We've got a Capri Sun tropical because we're crazy.
Okay, fine.
And a white grape and peach.
Oh, that sounds interesting.
It's a high juice.
Nice.
Yeah.
I just think the Robinson Barley's peach is the best and greatest form of squash. I'll never not have at least 6 bottles in my house. And I'll say this, I've never been more hydrated than since we got those Stanley cups. I have 2 a day minimum. The smug feeling of getting to the bottom of it.
Cup?
What?
What did I do with that? You're right, we got given Stanley cups.
Yeah. Are you well?
God, I hope that's at home.
It should be.
Yeah.
Mine's on my desk. I do a hot soapy wash with it every morning so that I don't get any sort of grim stuff in the straw. I have a little straw cleaner. You're thinking about where yours still is.
Yeah,
anyway.
no idea.
Anyway, I have
Haven't seen it yet since I got
two
back.
big gallons of peach squash a day. I am honestly, like, you know, the cheer for clear with your piss. I do that every day.
Wait, that's not a thing.
Cheer for clear.
You're supposed to cheer when your piss is clear.
Cheer for clear. Don't you watch Drag Race? Cheer for clear.
Not really, no.
Okay.
I'm so straight sometimes, and
You
it's
are.
actually upsetting, isn't it?
Well, it's a very inside baseball reference, but yeah, I cheer for clear.
Okay, I cheer
Very
for clear
exciting.
too then.
Very exciting.
This is when I go to the bathroom now and you hear me going, yes! Fucking sick!
I doubt it. I've watched you have like 3 coffees. So it's pretty unlikely.
I was going to say, oh yeah, so the squash aisle, obviously a massive shout out to the squash aisle.
Shout out.
Once again to our American listeners, we will not be explaining what it is. You've got Google as well.
Dilutable? What do they call it? Juice?
They need to figure it out. Like, they've got a squash situation that's embarrassing over there.
Really?
They're not really, they're just not trying, as far as I'm concerned.
Really?
Yeah. And that goes for the entire country.
Oh.
Tighter gun control, better squash options, and you'll be absolutely fine.
Yes, I love
Healthcare
that.
comes hand in hand with squash options, as far as I'm concerned.
I love that for us, yeah.
But the
And
lip balm options at the
Talk to me.
moment, it's a pleasure and a privilege.
Is it?
Just to go and look at the lip balms.
I will say I treated myself the other day. Do you know where I got a SPF lip balm from?
Singapore airport on a stopover.
Dublin airport. I know. Call me
Famously
crazy.
not good for shopping, I'll say that.
Disagree. Are you crazy?
Are you fucking mental?
What are you talking about? What are you talking about? What are you talking about? Have you been to Terminal 2?
Which one's that?
It's the one with the loop. The shopping quarter.
No.
Right. Well, then don't come at it. Anyway, I got my SPF lip balm from Aesop. I know. I'm really moving up in the world.
Aesop? Have I just corrected? No, it's not. Are you fucking damn it?
For a long time, you thought it was aesthetics, though. So
aesthetic.
some words are you just see them written down, don't you? And you think that seems right.
Aesop, then. Aesop is life changing. You know, my friend Alice works in
Well,
them.
I can't actually afford anything there except the lip balm, but it was a thrill to find something that I could afford, and I bought it immediately.
You need to talk to my friend Alice. She knows every product there. She can give you like a skin appraisal.
What?
She's incredible.
I'd
the
love
one
to.
I told you, she works in the Brighton shop. Shout out to Alice and happy
I'm
birthday.
going to Brighton today for my tour show.
Today's her birthday. She won't be working.
Shame.
Happy birthday, Alice Horton. I hope
Happy
you're having
birthday,
a wonderful.
Alice.
I hope you're having a wonderful day, and I love you so much.
Well, I'm actually going to a masterclass at Big soon because you can sign up for them.
It's like for skincare consultation.
They're going to show you how to do those. You know, those like face. Why am I advertising Big? But I guess I am now. They're doing a masterclass on how to massage your own face. You know because I can't watch another YouTube video. I can't with an oily American telling me that this is what's up. I don't know what's up.
I just thought of something as well.
Go on.
I've decided I'm gonna be leading the charge for feminism and not falling for the latest beauty trend, because like it's getting mad.
I already
there.
bought a gua sha.
Is that the ice thing?
It's the rubby thing with it looks like a heart and it's made of jade.
That's fine.
I bought it at MacFest.
If you want to rub jade in your face, absolutely fine. They are now selling a product which is basically a big ice cube,
stick.
and you
and you roll it under your
We cannot be buying water for our faces. We can't, because then we're never getting equal pay because we're fucking.
Yeah, you
we
can just
don't
use an
deserve
ice. Just
it.
use an ice cube. Just use an ice cube.
Use an ice cube.
Yeah.
People, they've got like thousands of ratings
I do
online,
agree.
and it's women just buying. And I'm telling you now, there's a boardroom of men somewhere in,
Laughing.
I'm going to say America.
Laughing.
And they're all like, I can't believe, I cannot believe we've got away with this. And we're all like,
Your
it's
American
the
accent
new
needs work.
thing. Okay, golly gee, I can't believe we're getting away with this. And they're all just
That's
like,
nice.
but the product is you make your own ice cube and
It's
rub
like-
it on your face in the morning.
It's like Chriselle says.
What does Chriselle say? What does Chriselle say now?
You can put boots in an oven, but it don't make it a biscuit. It's good stuff.
I liked that.
By the way, I've gotten really into selling Sunset while you were away, because I didn't have anyone to talk
into
to.
it in Australia. We were at the biggest
I did.
dance festival in the world, and you watched all the seasons of Selling Sunset.
Well, I found out she was queer and was like, I'll watch it. We haven't got to that part yet. I'm almost 5 seasons in. I hope she gets queer soon because whoa.
Okay, can we just shout out Netflix as well for having a really good time at the moment?
Yeah, we can. Absolutely,
It's
we can.
incredible. I watched the Beckham documentary and the
Fabulous.
documentary Last Stop Larimer.
You watched all of those at the biggest art festival in the world as well. So fuck
Yeah,
you.
but I don't like comedy. I think it's gauche. That's different. I think it's desperate. I think it's gauche.
It is desperate. Let's be honest.
Oh, I haven't told you
Let's
this
be
yet.
honest.
Gauche is my new thing.
Oh no!
I can't
fabulous.
stop saying everything's gauche.
Mm-hmm.
Like
Love
a woman
that.
eating in public, spit gauche, love.
Question.
Yeah.
You didn't tell us which lip balm you're wearing. Because I've told you mine.
Right now?
And I feel like I've overexposed
Okay, this
myself.
is a bit, okay. Burt's Bees,
Nice. Which one? Cherry?
Vitamin E and Peppermint.
Oh, it's the tingly one.
Yeah, the tingly one.
Nice.
But I've
it looks
got
great.
that. I've got another Burt's Bees vanilla. I've got a Jo Malone Vitamin E. Shout out to Jo Malone, the Vitamin E lip balm. I've got okay.
They're
what
not
else do I have?
listening.
Oh,
We have to advertise the most products for a podcast that gets no advertising.
Frances Gwyneth and Emma Black. They will have these by now. If they don't, have got a lovely bio lip balm thing that I found in Perth.
Fabulous.
Each of them.
Do you know what I'm really interested in trying?
Go on.
A lip oil.
You're mental.
Am I?
You're mental.
Say why?
You're going to end up just spotty all around the edge of your
For
lip.
real?
And have you ever had like a blackhead or a spot on the edge of your lip to your skin?
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
It looks like herpes just immediately.
Right, okay.
Immediately.
Does it?
And the amount of people that assume that I've got it because I'm a bit grotty in general.
Yeah.
And I don't.
Yeah.
I actually
You do
don't.
seem like you would. Now, Helen, at the start of the podcast, I was like, in the old studio, we used to have a whiteboard to keep us on track because we are unfocused. You were insulted. We haven't heard any of the things you wrote on the page. You got leached. Talk to me.
I got leached real bad, Catherine.
What happened? So you went to the bush.
Okay, so obviously...
Why does your cousin live in the bush?
After so I've got two cousins in Australia and they just like emigrated out there like years and years and years ago.
No, I understand that part.
But, like,
I
why
wasn't
did
like,
she
how's an
in the
English person in Australia?
She just moved to the bush. That's where her and her boyfriend live.
Why?
I don't know. She just like she was living
Is
in
she like a
cities the whole time.
survivalist?
No, she worked really, really hard like the entirety of her young adult life, but like really successfully. And then her and her boyfriend just moved to the bush. He's a helicopter pilot. It's amazing. And they've got this like big property out in the bush that they're slowly doing up. It's like a proper like, it's like Escape to the Chateau, but Escape to the Bush. I was like, do you watch Escape to the Chateau? And they were like, yeah. And I was like, slay. It's incredible. And like after my last show in Brisbane, also, hello, shout out to Lauren in Brisbane. Thank you so much for letting one of my drunk cousins steal your lighter. You're appreciated and God bless you.
I think she listens.
Yeah, Lauren listens. Thank
Okay.
you. Okay, so I went to then she picked me up from my show. She was like standing outside ready for it. We got straight in her Jeep. And we
Lauren
went
or your
out
cousin?
to the bush. Not Lauren. Lauren safe.
Right.
And a pleasure playing Pokemon Go with you.
Of course.
And that's a good question for anyone who works in this office.
No, it's
Do
not.
any of you guys play Pokemon Go? No, me neither. This is banter. So we went to the bush and they were like, don't worry. I was like, right, tell me what I'm going to encounter.
Right.
And they were like, don't worry, nothing. Like
Right.
the house is sealed. It's snake hibernation season, and I was like, I ain't
None
ever
of these
heard
are
of a
comforting
snake
words.
a snake
Saying the house is
hibernating.
sealed. The house is sealed.
Yeah, yeah,
Yikes.
yeah,
That's
yeah.
just like not.
And they were like, no,
Oh my
no,
god,
no,
animals
no.
hibernating makes me think of Ellen's friend Jess has a family turtle and it went to tortoise and went to hibernate, and so they buried it as you do often in the garden, and a rat while it was hibernating ate its leg off.
Let's cut that. That's
No, you're not
really
cutting that.
upsetting.
Andrew's trying to cut that. Don't cut that, Andrew.
I think
Andrew,
One
no.
second.
Tortoise representation. Wow, Andrew,
A
that's
rat
savage.
ate
its leg
like
off.
while it was sleeping.
Isn't that awful? Jess, I hope you don't mind me telling your family secrets.
You think that's bad? I got bitten by a leech. That's while I was sleeping.
I do think
I
it's-
actually have a lot in common with that.
Well, there
tortoise.
you go. I do think it's worse for the tortoise, but that's
No,
fine.
she showed me around a property. It was like really late at night, so it was dark, and we had like flashlights. But she had assured me everything was sealed and nothing would happen to me.
She assured you the outside was sealed.
No, but like we were fine, right?
Right.
So then we go in, we have a glass of wine, we're just chit chatting.
Only you would get drunk, go out into the dark of the bush and be like, I can't believe there's nature out here.
This is crazy. And then went in, and it's like proper bush, like
I'm familiar.
like. Because you're a lesbian. It's all good because it's a callback to the earlier part of the podcast.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's just
But I
a
went
joke.
to bed and like had the best sleep ever because I was so tired because I'd been doing like
You
like,
didn't go to sleep with the leech on you.
No, I don't know what happened. And then right, let's just say I went to bed and I slept solidly for like 9 hours because I'd been like
In that way you do when you're
doing
losing blood.
full month of Melbourne, full week of Sydney.
You
full
fainted
week in
for 9
Brisbane.
hours.
I fainted for 9 hours. I woke up. I pulled open the curtain. I couldn't find the light switch because I was like so like pulled open the curtain and I was like, oh, there's a slug on the floor. And then I'm not joking. My cousin literally had the curtain open. She knocked on my door saying, "Morning, do you want a coffee, babe?" And I went, "Oh yes, please. Weird thing, there's a slug in my room. Not so sealed." Haha. And she went, "A slug?" And she went, "Can I come in?" And I was like, "Yeah, I'm just like wearing a nightshirt." She comes in, she goes, "That's not a slug." And I turn back and it's it's vomited blood up the window. This slug, it's like and there's blood everywhere.
Andrew, you want to edit that out, babe? You want to edit that out, babe?
I was like, that's a weird looking fucking slug. That's weird. And then
it's a demonic slug.
And then my cousin was like, right. And she's like, obviously you could see her brain going, okay, cousin who's already nervous about some of the animals, and now she's been thrown into the situation, and she's definitely been leeched. And she went, I think that's a leech. And I went, oh my God, how fucking crazy is that?
Whose blood is it vomiting?
Like, Where's the coffee? And she went, right, we're going to have to check you for blood. And I was like, no, there's nothing on the sheets. She pulled back the sheet and it was like Carey. And I was like, oh my God. And she was like, can you just do a slow turn for me? And I was like, do I have to take all my clothes off? And she went, not quite yet. I turned around and my leg, she didn't tell me this until it was covered. She said it was pulsing with my heartbeat out of the hole on the back of my leg, just pouring blood. And I was like, what's happening? What's happening?
Oh my fucking God, Helen.
And this leech has been gorging, we'd assumed for hours, to the point where like,
Helen, why did you let me tell my run club story? What were we even talking about?
This is a leech with a compulsive overeating disorder, because like clearly overfull.
Or you're delicious and it couldn't stop. It couldn't stop.
It dropped off me and it went, I'm too full. My cousin said it was the biggest leech she'd ever seen. I'd slept through her eating on me. She then alcohol wipes and like covers it up with like a really heavy
on the leech or you?
But she was like, it's all right, you smoke so your blood will clot faster. I was like, slay.
Slay? That's harrowing.
And then we took the leech outside and then I was like, oh no, I want a photo with this. So
wait, did you wear those DVT socks on the plane?
Yeah, of course.
Good. Okay, good. Go on.
The compression socks.
Yeah, okay, good.
I love compression
Yeah, me too. They make me feel very safe. Go back. Okay, so she's like, she patches you up, then you take the leech outside.
Yeah, she throws it outside already, but then I was like, oh no, I want to see the leech. I didn't
no,
get a
fuck
proper
off.
Because I've never been leeched, but I've literally never been leeched, and I've seen so many people be leeched.
That's not true. You spend your money like a crazy woman.
That's true. But like, I remember my dad getting leeched, like with his head like 7 leeches on his foot at one point, because he's mental. Because he walked into the jungle a couple of times just to get away from
What jungle?
In Malaysia.
Jesus.
Shout out to Langkawi. Definitely do not go off the path.
Right.
Michael Bauer learned the hard way.
Okay, to circle
Unless
back.
you do want to be leeched, in which case maybe you're a hysterical woman.
What?
It wasn't a medicinal treatment, leeching, for women who were like hysterical.
I thought it was for like if you had any sort of fever or infection.
They sort of did it for everything, didn't they? Just,
yeah, I think anything
Christ,
to get the
leech
leech out.
Leech on it, yeah.
Jesus.
They make quite a big hole, I'll tell you that.
Is it healed?
You can still see a little scar.
Show me.
But I've got jeans on.
Yeah, take them off. No, don't. It's our first day in the office.
I'd rather
the 3 men behind the curtain three people behind the curtain look terrified.
I'd rather not keep my jeans on right now, thank you. So I got leech, but then immediately recovered.
Right.
Went on the back of a ute, just holding on, and went through the grounds of this cult that lived
Sorry,
near
what's
her.
a ute?
Incredible. Like, it's like a truck with a flatbed. And I was like, I want to ride in the back of the flatbed, but I didn't realize it was like a flatbed with nothing on the sides. So like, I'm just holding on for dear life.
I'm going to need you to go to the second part of the sentence now. You drove on the back of the lands of a cult?
Yes. There's a big cult that live there. I won't say the name of the cult because I don't want to dox my cousin.
I spent so long talking about the fucking run club. You have to just cut me off when I
wanted to. You were very keen.
Yeah, but you have to be like, babe, trust me. Start with my story. Like what? Okay, so what kind of cult are we talking?
Okay.
I'm listening to a lot of was I in a cult? You can't surprise me.
I'll tell you the name of the cult afterwards. I just don't want to like.
But I want type of cult.
Okay. Women wearing like Victorian clothing.
So far, not
with
specific.
Like frilly stuff.
Right.
Like and little aprons.
Yeah.
And they run nearly all the businesses in town.
Okay.
And there is a mystery about a woman who went missing.
Okay, but what do they believe?
In doilies, I think.
No, come on, give me more than that.
In doilies, and I don't really know. I didn't research it enough. I was a bit nervous because they were all around me when I went to get a coffee in the tea room. Me and my cousin and her partner. They were like, "Do you want to get a coffee from them?" And I was like, "Yeah, obviously, I want to go inside their businesses." And but there was one in every single room. They sell a lot of fairies and a lot of porcelain dolls. But you'd go into the room and you'd be you turn to like the people you're with to like make a joke, and then you'd see one of them like
Okay,
with a feather duster.
It's an audio medium. It's an audio medium.
You'd go into the room and you'd see one of them just really slowly like turning their head and smiling, and you're like, is it a waxwork? Is it a human? And then you'd be like, what a lovely collection of baby dolls.
Oh my God. I did just do Rod Gilbert's Growing Pains, and it became very apparent on that I'm like a single, like a very solo lover of, or was a very I was really like a porcelain doll enthusiast when
I was a porcelain doll enthusiast.
Okay, fine. So I had a collection. My collection was on the Rod Gilbert show. They had a collection for me. It was terrifying. I loved it.
Did you get a subscription to Porcelain Dolls of the World?
No, I wasn't made of money. What?
No.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
That's so cool. I had the
$3.99 a month. My parents already splashed out on me.
Oh, nice. I had that classic book. You know, you get the classic book, and they all came in those like bound colours, and then you get a magazine with the book. You do like a crossword about Pollyanna. Do you remember those?
No.
The magazines?
Were we on different ends of porcelain doll collecting?
I think we were just in different countries.
Maybe.
No, those are Pollyanna's a book, not a porcelain doll.
Who is she?
She's a sick child. You never read Pollyanna?
What's wrong
Hello?
with her?
Huh?
What's
Guys?
wrong with her?
Great question. You should read it. I'll lend it to you.
Why is she ill?
That's the whole book.
Is she an adult now? Did she make it?
Wait, she's very much the you know the sick cousin, you know Colin from Secret Garden?
Yeah.
She's like the female version of that. Except the whole book's about her.
But wasn't Colin actually not sick?
Read the book, Ellen.
Didn't he just have like a hump on his back? Oh my God, is a Secret Garden about Munchausen's by proxy?
No.
No way. Because Colin
I thought it was
could
about
walk.
I thought it was about a vitamin D deficiency.
Wait, what was it? Wait, I think Secret Garden was about Munchausen. I think Colin was the original Gypsy Rose Blanchard. Let's discuss. Wait,
we can't discuss because we haven't done the reading.
Did you see Gypsy Rose Blanchard made a post for Mother's Day, and it's like, definitely miss this one, baby.
No, oh my God, what did she even post?
Happy Mother's Day to all my mother figures out there. And I was like,
sorry for screaming, sorry for screaming, sorry for screaming, sorry for screaming. Oh my God, wait, so you go to the cult and then you get back on the road?
So I recover from being leeched, look around the cult.
I'm so proud of you for not being indoctrinated. You could be easily taken in.
Oh my God, I so wanted to.
Yeah,
my
I'm proud
cousin
of
had
you.
like we were doing like a dinner thing.
Nice.
So we like riding around on the U. I'm saying hello to all the neighbours, and she's like, "This is my cousin who's visiting." I'm like, "This is so fun." We go back. We get in the spa. She's got like an outside hot tub. It was just incredible. Like, and they were like, "This is a possum."
Did you check it for leeches first?
No. God, I should have done that actually. But no, I didn't get leeched again. And then they were like, "Oh, well, the house is so sealed." And then I was like, obviously so exhausted. So then I had a nap before dinner. And then we get up and we were like watching TV and just chilling out. And I was like, oh yeah, it's not as bad as everyone says here. My cousin gets out a puzzle. She's like big into puzzling too. We're doing a puzzle. Her boyfriend's watching Lego Masters. Shout out Australian Lego Masters. Mm-hmm. And then he goes to the bathroom and he goes, oh, bloody hell. And he's like, come look at this, come look at this. And I'm like, what could it be?
No.
It's a fucking snake inside the toilet.
No.
And the bathroom door is open. No. My room door is open.
Wait, your cousin's boyfriend asked you to come see a snake in the bathroom and you went? You just went in there.
But like, the house is fucking sealed. And you got to remember, in the morning.
Stop saying sealed. It's not sealed.
That's what I kept saying.
It's
but she kept saying it was sealed.
You've got a snake. You've got a leech.
In the morning, there was like another like massive snake skin for what they thought was a carpet python, which had just shedded overnight. So I was like, well, they're not fucking hibernating, are they? Because they're fucking everywhere. And inside of the toilet, I'll put a picture up on the TrustyHogs Instagram.
We'll see, depending on what the end of the sentence is.
What was he called? A night tiger?
Excuse me?
I think he was a night tiger, but he looks like a brown snake, which is like so venomous. But he was like on top of the toilet cistern, just like,
get too far.
And I was like, you're fucking joking me. I was like, well, I'm not using that toilet again. Absolutely not using it.
I actually feel sick.
I felt sick. And then I was like, they were like, oh no, it's all right. It probably just came in when you were like, went out for a cigarette. And I was like, no, because I closed the door immediately behind me. And then Trav has to pick it up. So he picks it up with a welding glove.
Her boyfriend's name's Trav?
Yeah.
He's Australian?
Yeah.
Okay.
And then he picks it up and takes it outside. And then I'm like, well, I want to go for a cigarette because I'm so stressed. But now I can't because there's a snake out there. So they had to come and watch me have a cigarette while the snake was just like.
What the fuck?
It was.
Honestly, that sounds harrowing. Did you have a nice time?
That night, I made them both do a show of checking my room.
Yeah, fair.
I was like, and they were like, no, but there's no snake in here. And
Get in there and fucking check.
There was a snake in the toilet.
Yeah,
there's a door open. So I'm like, my poor cousin Hannah did on every light. And I was like, you need to check through my suitcase. You need to check over the bed, under the bed, under every pillow. And I just stood there being like, I'm not feeling confident.
No, that's not right.
But it was so amazing. And she's like, you do just get used to it. And it's like, I will never get used to like every room you go in, like not
having to check for a killer animal.
Right?
No.
Right?
What? That's crazy.
It's mental.
It's like the one good thing about getting to your house as a woman should be like, safe from potential murder. Oh no, what? No.
Because
actually that's
like
not
the only option.
Statistically, more of them in your house than God.
Oh my God, Catherine. Do we say another thing on the list? I think I did something.
Wait, do you know what your leech made me think of? Did you know this?
Go on.
I found this out recently. You know when you donate blood that you can get an app now and they give you loyalty points so you can win badges like a game for donating blood. I can't believe it. I'm enraged because I didn't know about this, which means the ones that I've done so far haven't counted. And they don't count Irish and they don't count Scottish donations. Fuming. But if you registered,
not count Irish donations or Scottish
it's a different system, which is fine. Fair enough.
Oh, yeah,
although Scotland seems a little harsh. Yeah, but oh my God, now I'm like, I need to give blood as much as I possibly can. So very exciting.
How did you get the app? I'll do it.
Just download it. It's so good.
Can you imagine? Like, I've never given blood, and now I'm gonna start.
Wait, are you allowed to donate when you smoke?
Yeah, remember I said on the podcast before you can't donate because I smoke.
Yeah.
And then people messaged me being like, "That's not true," and I was like, "Oh, okay."
They were like, "Stop making excuses."
Yeah, like literally, you're lying. Okay, I need to do that.
But that leech did throw up, so maybe you shouldn't be.
But I think it's because it was like I think a leech probably got on me and was like, I cannot believe I'm getting away with this.
Helen, do you want to
cannot believe she's not even moving. So it was just like it's like when someone forgets to set a timer for you at an all-you-can-eat buffet and it's like a 3-hour limit, and the waitress is just finishing her shift, so she seats you and has no idea, and then 6 hours later, because no one's come and told you off, you're like literally just noodles hanging out every single orifice, being like, I don't know what's happened.
Do they do a 3-hour limit?
At some places they do limit you.
Goodness.
I think it depends on the size of you. Like when I walk in, they're like 1 hour 30 tops, and then
behave yourself.
It's a real psychological game. They really try and fight you at the buffet. If you're bigger, they'll seat you farther away from the stuff, so you have to walk further.
No, they don't.
Yep, they'll give you squeaky chairs, so every time you get up, it makes a sound and you're embarrassed. They really try and like.
Andrew, you sound paranoid.
No, I'm not.
This chair's squeakier than the other chairs. I've sat on every one in the restaurant.
If you go in and you're in a bigger body, they make you walk further to the buffet.
Honestly, because we went to an all-you-can-eat Chinese in Leicester Square.
Shout out Leicester Square.
We went once with my friend Jake, and he's like a beanpole, really skinny.
Yeah.
He arrived first. They sat him right next to the food. Second time we went, I arrived first. They took me downstairs.
Were there any other tables available?
Yes, there were plenty of tables available. They took me downstairs, into the corner downstairs. I had to walk all the way to the staircase and then up the staircase to get my food.
Right, put Stacey Dooley down because we need to contact her about this and she can look into it.
Yeah, Stacey Dooley feels like the right person for that investigation.
That being said, do you remember I had those like 2 very big people in my family, like documentary size big, and
I'm not commenting on that.
They were incredible. Rest in peace. And they no, because you remember one of them was in my show last year because I had to eulogize the funeral, and I did a shout out for the pallbearers for putting in a shift.
And then they wheeled him in.
Absolutely. Yeah, they couldn't lift him. They had to put him in a scaffolding. It was a real shame, but it would have absolutely killed if I got to open that way. But we.
Do you remember before the podcast where I was like, no, Helen never laughs more than when she's trying to get her own fucking story out. When I make a joke, you're like, Droll. When you make a joke, you're losing your fucking mind, crying with laughter before you even say it.
We used to have a joke that when they arrived at the all-you-can-eat buffet, this is like, the back of the kitchen, they'd see through the porthole, and it would be like, you know, that scene in Titanic when the water's coming in the engine room, and they'd be like, we've got code 69, fry everything, there's not enough, and like, kitchen porters, like, trying to get out of the docking loading room, like, rolling out, like, well, it's not worth it.
Helen, breath. Need you to take a breath.
Standing at the concierge desk, like.
You snorting is the ad for the podcast.
It's just good fun. But they weren't seated that far away because they were practically immobile.
Oh gosh.
Which is like, that just goes to show you got to push through the mid-range weight.
Yeah, you don't want to be in the middle. You don't want to be in the middle. That's nice.
So we thought, yeah, we had so many laughs about that. They were the people that I once went to visit, and We had a full fish and chip dinner at like 11:30 a.m.
Yum.
And I was like, yeah, incredible.
I think that's a good time to eat a fish and chips because you have the whole day to digest it.
Catherine, incredible.
Well, if you
But
have that
that's
before
not the
sleep,
whole-
it's weird and
not
heavy.
the whole day.
Right.
So I was visiting by myself. We had a full fish and chip dinner and a massive like whippy with like red sauce and like
What's a whippy?
like a Mr. Whippy,
Right, okay,
like
yeah.
cone. And then
Do you say
at
red
like
sauce?
2
Like ketchup?
p.m. or 3 p.m.
Do you say sauce when you mean like...
Well, they used to call it monkey blood. Do you remember that?
Huh?
Monkey blood. Like, we'll have a corn with monkey blood.
This
and
is
that's
such
like
a
strawberry
blood-oriented
sauce on it.
episode.
Shout out blood once again.
Okay.
But then at like 2 or 3 o'clock, they were like, well, it's time for an afternoon tea. And I was like, oh, you know, like tea and like some like biscuits or a cake or something. And we had a quiche each.
A quiche each.
A
It's
quiche
hard to
each.
say that. A quiche each.
We had a quiche each. And not the quiche
Quiche
you're
each.
picturing.
Not the little ones.
No, not the little lesbian ones. This is the big
called
straight
little
quiche.
How big we talking? Like a Lorraine each?
Oh yeah, like a full quiche Lorraine each, and that's not
a
dinner.
Lorraine each actually feels
That's
quite lesbian, but all right.
That's afternoon tea.
Jesus Christ.
I was struggling to breathe, and I don't struggle often.
You
in that
didn't have dinner
department.
though. Did
We
you?
haven't even got to dinner yet.
What'd you have for
Catherine.
dinner?
Chinese takeaway. My cousin Sophie.
Were they
once-
well? No, I guess
Were they
not.
well? They're
No,
dead,
they-
Catherine. Actually, one of them, he said he had cancer, but we couldn't know because he couldn't fit in the machine to find out.
No,
Don't laugh. Actually, he would love it because he was really into comedy. Like he was genuine. He wanted me to do the eulogy because he was like, "Let's make it funny." But we still don't know to this day what took him in the end because they couldn't squeeze him in. The big lad was David. The big boy.
You have to understand, I'm not in a big body, so you're putting me in.
I know,
You're
it's just
putting me in a
realising it's
tricky
so
spot.
uncomfortable for people. But just know that he would have loved this and celebrated it. What was the what was I going to say? I can't remember now.
Chinese takeaway
That's
dessert.
it. So my cousin,
Viennetta. Let
my
me guess.
cousin
Viennetta.
Sophie. Hi, Sophie. Oh, I'm
Hi,
going to be a
Sophie.
godparent as well.
Whoa, really?
I'm going to
you?
a christening. I'm going to be a
Huh.
god. Yeah, she told me I've got to get back into God though. So
No, she didn't.
yes, she did. I've got a text from her
Behave yourself. What'd she say?
being like, "It's time to get into God. I want you to be the godmother." And I was like, "I'm in."
Wait, why is she doing it? Is she doing it in a church?
Mhm.
Is she religious?
Enough for good schools.
Yeah.
Our whole families are like everyone's a bit religious, apart from like the Bauer side. But it'd be nice.
Don't message me if you're triggered by my ugh, by the way. Sorry. I don't want your message if you don't like my take on religion. I was raised in it. I don't like it.
I'm gonna have a godson.
Do you know it's a
He's so
godson?
cute. Yeah, no, I've already know him.
What about guide parents? Sophie, think about guide parents.
I'll be a guide parent.
You do have to say guide parents.
No, I
though,
like
which is cringe as
godmother.
hell.
I like godmother.
But just pop a fairy in front of it. Why can't we just pop a fairy in front of it?
No, I want to be a godmother.
But what can you? What do you know of religion?
I'm going to guide him. I'm going to
Protestant-
help him walk beside Jesus.
Is it Protestantism?
I'm going to help this young lad walk beside Jesus every step of the way.
Is it Protestantism?
I should ask that.
You should. You don't even know.
I've asked no
you don't
questions.
even know.
No questions.
Is it Church of England? Wow, you suck. Step one, fail.
I will buy him a gift.
Nice. That's the okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm going to buy him a Jesus dress-up outfit, really lean into
Nice. Little sandals, little beard.
Yeah.
Cute.
Make him wear it for the christening.
That's nice. What was that?
That was baby Jesus getting baptized.
Were you trying to do a blessing?
Yeah.
Okay.
You know when they do the water and the...
Yeah.
Hello? Forehead?
Yeah, I know, because I've been to christenings before. Have
Can't
you ever been
remember
to
what I was
one?
gonna say. Oh, Sophie! Here we go.
Right.
She was doing the Great North Run. I'm sure I must have told this on the podcast before.
She's pregnant with the baby and she's doing the Great
this
North
is
Run.
years and years
Right,
and
okay. I
years
was like,
ago.
fair fucks to you,
She was
Sophie.
doing the Great North Run.
Oh my God, have you ever watched the Barkley Marathons on Netflix?
I swear, I've got to get this out,
Right.
Catherine. Wait, what the fuck is Barkley Marathons on Netflix?
It's an insane documentary about one of the most complicated ultra runs that very few people have ever completed, and the first woman to do it finished it within 90 seconds of the time limit, and she's English. Badass. Go on.
Wait, is ultra running marathons is like you watch it on Netflix?
You can watch the Barkley Marathons on Netflix.
What's a Barkley Marathon?
It's a very specific ultra run.
Like the bank?
No.
No.
And it's in the States because there was a prison escape, and these two guys were watching the prison escape and were like, I could have got 100 miles from that place because this guy didn't get very far. And then they mapped it out, and then the run starts by a man lighting a cigarette or blowing a conch, and the entry, they don't tell you how to enter. You have to figure out how to enter. It's like a riddle. And when you do the entry fee, like one year it's like a red sock, another year it was like the reg of a car with a T in it or something. Like it's a mad thing, and you get a number of a page that you have to find in a book as you go along, but it's not technically measured because loads of it's uphill and loads of it's in bush, so it's very difficult.
Write this down, Andrew. I wanna watch
It's
this.
really fucking good. The Barkley Marathons. Anyway, the North Run.
Do they, just to check, if they're like, I can get further than that, do they have to live off prison rations with that little movement for the leading up to the marathon?
No, but it's deranged because when you watch it, you realize that ultra marathons, half of it is like you go crazy, right? You're lacking sleep, and you have to go back out within a time limit. So you have to go out with you so they basically just have their families there chucking food down them, like literally force feeding them so that they have enough energy to go. It's crazy.
What are they force feeding them? Spaghetti carbonara,
pasta, bananas, carbs. Yeah. Bleak.
Dear me.
Yeah, fascinating. I signed up for a half marathon, but it's not the same.
Good for you.
I will talk about it like it's the same, but that's closer to the time.
And we cannot wait. Please subscribe to Trusty Hogs to follow our marathon.
Do you remember I did my last half marathon and I hadn't gone to the toilet in ages? Mm-hmm. This time I'm hoping I will have. Oh my God, I have a medical breakthrough, but please tell me about the Great North one.
Oh yeah, basically she was, so my uncle accidentally said to them that she could stay with them the night before, and she was like, no, I'll go to theirs after the run. I can't go the night before. She had a full Chinese takeaway with them, which is a Newcastle Chinese takeaway. So like
Yum.
chicken balls, fried rice, noodles fried twice.
I genuinely don't believe there's a better Chinese takeaway than in Ireland, but okay, apart from probably in China, but I've never been.
It is good. Okay, and then in and the
Is
next
the Newcastle
morning
one
she
good?
was like, I just need like a massive thing of like porridge, just like anything that could just give me like loads of like energy, just like that. And he'd already got up and made a full fry up. So she did the Great North Run
on a Chinese takeaway and a fry up,
and she was like, oh, and I think she got taken over. I think was it someone like wearing a Misty Blobby costume or something, and she was like, fuck you.
There's another run show on Amazon.
I'm not that into it.
No, but wait. It's a documentary about the South African run that started during apartheid and then it was desegregated. But in the interim, women were allowed in, and a man said if he was overtaken by a woman, he would quit, and he had to because a woman passed him by, and he just turned around. So, bye!
Okay, that I'm into.
Yeah, check it out. I can't remember the name of that, but it'll come to me. Hello, it's me, Catherine Bohart, and I'm going on tour. My show is called Again with Feelings, and oh my gosh, you guys, I would absolutely love if you bought a ticket in advance because people keep sending me emails about the places that aren't selling well, and it's very stressful. So I'm doing Brighton, Aldershot, Edinburgh, Glasgow, York, Newcastle, Norwich, Winchester, Cambridge, Oxford, Bath, Birmingham, Manchester, Leeds, Liverpool. I'm now doing Bolton, we're adding Bolton, Sheffield, Exeter, Corsham, Bristol, Coventry, Guildford, Portsmouth, Swindon, Dublin, and then I'm back in London. But the point is, I have a lot of tickets to sell, and I'm not really sleeping. So grab a ticket. Hey, grab a ticket at catherinebohart.com. Hey girl, we got to do a problem.
We've got to, because we've already talked for literally an hour.
Yeah,
and we haven't done a problem.
Okay, come on. What's the problem, Andrew? Do we have a listener problem?
We do indeed, from
Woo-hoo!
Jay.
Jay, hi Jay.
Jay says, hi Hogs.
Jay, you're our first problem in our new podcast studio.
Oh,
wow,
yeah.
I wonder if we're going to be better advice givers.
Wow,
Let's find out.
wow.
Huh?
Based on the last hour, I'd say no, but let's see.
Okay, fuck you. Let's go.
Hi Hogs, I'm currently in bed with COVID, and I've chosen now to properly get into the backlog of
Wait,
Trusty
when was
Hogs
this?
episodes. 1st of May, so very recently.
Oh my gosh, they might actually still, hopefully not still in bed with COVID.
I hope.
Yeah.
Well, unless you've got long COVID, in which case, best of luck to you.
Oh my God, Helen.
Best of luck to you.
Jesus. Okay, so far, so insensitive. Go on.
Jay says, I've got 55 episodes left. I'm on the home stretch now, baby, which means they've just passed the stairwell story. Just mathematically. That's fantastic. I've been listening to random episodes and not in any kind of order. Oh, never mind.
Wait, that's a Helen if ever I heard you. You're just diving in any episode you like.
Oh, this is a real Helen problem, yeah.
Okay.
Helen problem.
Imagine starting a podcast that you haven't listened to, not just starting at the start when you have COVID. You have all the time in the
itching,
world.
you don't have to poke it.
Oh, problem solved. End of,
Really?
no.
Could you imagine if Penny Cerie's go in their vagina, not in the mouth?
Shall I read the problem?
Please.
Yeah, do it.
Okay. They say about randomly listening to it, they get a lot of emotional whiplash from Pancake being alive and then dead and then alive
Well,
and
you've
dead
got
again.
to listen in order.
Yeah. And
Sorry
Catherine's
for shouting.
driving test coming and going as well.
Passed it, baby, the second time. Sorry to spoil.
I'm coming in with a theatre problem.
Oh my God, yes, please.
Okay. I adore theatre. Last year I saw 83 shows. Wow. And this year I'm currently on 24.
Wow.
Being a bit depressed, theatre is something that I almost use to self-soothe, and sometimes it feels like the theatre is the one thing that makes me happy.
Wow.
That being said, I found myself becoming angrier and angrier when I'm supposed to be in my happy place, and it's something that I'm starting to hate about myself. I hate other audience members.
Yeah.
Why do they talk when there's literally a story unfolding on stage? Why do they sing when there are trained professionals doing it? Why are they eating so loudly?
Oh my God, people singing along at a musical, get to fuck. People have paid £75 to listen to the professionals. Nobody wants to hear you sing. Sorry, I'm raging as well. Go on.
Yeah, it's really infuriating.
It's infuriating.
And Jay finds themselves getting so distracted that they wanted some advice on how to stop being so annoyed by other people's behaviour. For context, I also work in a theatre, and sometimes I feel like I could commit a murder by some of the behaviours I've seen.
Yeah.
What do you do to stop being annoyed by them? Best, Jay.
Oh my God, I'm also annoyed.
What's 82 divided by 3?
Like 28-ish.
27.3 is the number of shows you want to go to a year now. Forget the 82. Then you want to book 3 seats. 2 on either side of you. You're done. No, problem solved.
Because happens to someone in front of you just like gets their phone out. Like there's people in theatres now, like the front of house staff are like they have to go around with torches just to like shine on people's faces to shame them to like put their phone away or to stop talking. Like it's just constant. And also it's so tricky when you're watching music you love. Like obviously you do want to sing along. You can lip sync, you know, if you're that desperate. People, the food choices people take into the theatres is
outrageous.
Mad.
I still can't believe you can bring food into the theatre. Sorry to say it, but like in Melbourne, I never experienced it. There was a like concession stand outside my venue, so people would come in with family-sized bags of crisps. As a performer, I was honestly incapable of not focusing on it. I would have to say it every single time, and it's so rude because obviously they've just bought them outside. They don't know, but I'm like, "Are you high? It's an hour-long show. Put your crisps away."
Bars in Australia before shows is like there's food options as well as drink options to take into the show. So like that is it's so strange because like
the loudest snack in the world, marshmallows, go to town.
It used to be ice cream in the interval, the most silent food of all.
Fine, but honestly, crisps. You're mad.
How do you not get annoyed? Take a beta blocker before you go in. I'd say 80 milligrams of propanol probably.
I don't know
About
if that's
an hour before
sustainable.
you go in.
82 times a year.
I think it's not heart healthy over a long amount of time, but like I'd risk it for like the sake of a good show.
Wow, we're not answering this question very well because we're both enraged.
Matinees. Everyone's sleeping.
Oh, I like that.
Wednesday matinees. I think particular shout out to them. Like if you don't mind having like a bit of a snooze, people snoozing around you, you can get a lot done. Oh God, it's so annoying because it's like there's nothing you can do because it just happens, doesn't it? And you're just sort of like, oh shit.
It's enraging though. It's so unfair. Maybe a meditation before you go in.
Have you ever been with a bad audience member and been like gone with them and then been like, I am never coming out with you again?
Yes.
Yeah, me too. It was so awkward.
Hell.
I've twice.
Hell.
Once with my brother, he had a really bad cold, and it was just like sniff.
Don't say me the other time. Do
Sniff
not say
central.
me.
It wasn't you.
Okay.
It was another family member who I won't dox right now.
I truly. Did you say dox? That's not what doxing means.
What's doxing?
When you say people's address,
Yeah.
Which you've done multiple times on this podcast.
Yeah, but mainly yourself. Yeah, I just think, wow, I really hate that I don't have a solution for you barring booking the tickets around you, but that's not really possible. God. Okay, the only other suggestion I could make is I know a woman who's in like an opera club and they go see them together. The virtue of that, I suspect, if you go as a group, is that you're surrounded by other theatre lovers. So you're unlikely to be sat amidst people who are behaving so badly. But it is absolutely frustrating to, like, I can't even imagine it. I become a real rat as well. Like, I will go get stuff.
Will you?
Yeah. Ruining the show for them and me.
Like when? During the interval?
Yeah.
So do you think like that's actually...
I've had people kicked out of the cinema.
Fucking rat.
I've worked in a theatre and a cinema. I know the rules, girl.
I would say, like, sometimes people try and like shush people around them, which actually makes the problem worse.
Yeah, it's really stressful, especially if
there's
they're
a lot
teens.
to be said for like a look.
It doesn't
like,
work.
a held
I
look.
do the look. I do the look.
You do the look to me and it works for me. I get nervous.
Yeah, but I don't know if you don't know that like I mean it, that it works as well. But also obviously if they're teenagers, what happens when somebody like me goes, shh, what do they do, Helen? Shh, 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 shh. Fuck. Has this been helpful? Sorry for screaming. It's so annoying. That's one of the hardest problems. Any solutions over there?
No, I do go to a lot of theatre as well, and I think matinees is a really good shout. Any non-traditional theatre days, like when there's cheaper tickets, A, obviously it's financially better, but B, that's more likely to be people who live in London, who really like theatre, who can pick up these last-minute deals. I feel like when it's expensive tickets on a weekend or a holiday, so many more tourists and people who aren't theatre trained. Avoid anything jukebox. Do not bother with Tina Turner. Do not bother with Dirty Dancing or Pretty Women. I'm sure they're fantastic shows.
Pretty Women is a show now.
Sorry, yeah.
No, Pretty Women.
Pretty Women is a gay show.
Also, like, if you're willing to, like, I mean, you're going to Mamma Mia, you will get people singing, but just enjoy it. Like, if you're, like, sometimes you just got to prepare yourself for what you're going into. Like, don't sing along to, like, an Ibsen play. But, like, if you're going to go see, like, yeah, I think it's preparing yourself for what you're going to go see too. Like, some things will just have, like, a bit of a vibe in the audience. But then just try and lean into it and enjoy it.
No,
There's
it's
no
really
solution.
hard. It's really hard.
So Neil watched a show at the National Theatre, and it was like which is so good.
So good.
Everyone's talking about it now. I saw that when it first came out years ago.
Yeah, it was good then too.
It's incredible.
It's so good. Papa was so good in it.
Oh my God.
I know. Don't even. Go on.
No, he went to see a play about like a working class family, and he was like, it was insane. Like, people, so the audience, obviously it's the National Theatre, like, all so posh, and they basically always are that. I used to work there for years in catering, like, and anytime they'd make like a play joke on stage, like, should we go shop down, should we go Aldi or Lidl today, which wasn't a joke in the play, but the audience would be like,
Hell.
Aldi or Lidl, and he was like, everyone was just fuming, like,
That's hell.
just angry the entire time.
Yikes.
And them all being like, oh God, it's so difficult for them. And like,
Oh no. No.
You're gonna have to find a love or something else. The theatre will never be fixed.
Yeah, that's tough.
Yeah,
That is tough.
Or go to lots of off-West End productions. I feel like that would be a more niche, more theatre trained audience, and there's lots of stuff.
I love that you keep calling them theatre trained audiences, as if that's theatre trained isn't like when you go to learn to be an actor.
I mean, to be honest, that's also a large portion of audiences.
Yeah, that's true.
Theatre etiquette is very important.
What I would also suggest, another thought, go to a boxing class and then go get your rage out and then go. Sometimes it's if my anger is like dealt with.
Yeah. Definitely, I say beat the shit out of people if they piss you off. That's not just
no.
the
Go to
theatre,
the boxing class and then go to a theatre. You'll be all right.
No, train for it.
No. God, not like Fight Club for the theatre.
Can we just, before we end this episode,
They would talk about it, please. Couldn't
It's
keep it to themselves.
gorgeous.
Oh, you must go.
Just a quick addendum to this.
Yeah.
Like, I think don't be a backseat theatre audience to the point where you don't react to things on stage as well. But also, like, still be present in your body, because there was at the National once a woman's husband died during the second act, but she didn't want to disturb because her theatre etiquette was so good. She waited for the end of the show to go to an usher. My husband passed away during Act 2, but I didn't want to disturb. He's in row D, seat 48. Should I wait or collect him tomorrow?
Had she also died? Was she a ghost?
No, that's just the voice of the patrons of the Royal National Theatre.
Yeah.
I'm so sorry, my husband passed away during Act 2. Should I wait?
Was the 17-year-old
could his
like
skull be used for Yorick? He'd love to be part of the props department. Jeremy!
Imagine the 17-year-old just holding
He drove here! Jeremy!
Imagine the 17-year-old holding the ice cream, just like,
I knew there was a problem when he didn't give a standing O. He always does for Sir Simon.
Do you think the ice cream kid was like, or do you think they were like, not again?
Not again.
Fuck's sake,
This always
Jeremy.
happens in the Olivier, not the Littleton.
Jeremy.
Have you seen that thing on Instagram where it's like competitive husband calling?
No.
Like,
Oh my God! Yes, yes. Sorry, that took me a second. Yes, it's an American fair, like those country fairs where they have to call their husbands.
yeah, and they're like, I can see the person. Adam just having a literal panic. But I want there to be a British one, but just for the upper classes.
Oh yes, Edward. That'd be
Lawrence.
fun. Lawrence.
Lawrence.
But they like yodel them.
Theodore.
Humphrey.
Humpy. Humpy, dinner's ready. No, they don't cook their own dinner. Humpy, ring the gong.
The bell, darling, the bell.
Humpy, ring the bell.
Oh, nice.
I cannot wait to be an old aristocrat. That's actually my destiny.
You think that's your future, yeah?
I think it might be. Any aristocrats listening, please slide into my DMs.
Slide into your
Caveat.
DMs.
Be between the age of 29
Disagree.
and 42.
Disagree. Why?
I'm not going out with a young aristocrat. I don't want to do cocaine, Catherine.
Babe, you're
wanna
going
do
to want them
cocaine.
to be between the ages of 79 and 89.
No. Oh,
Yes.
that's awful.
Get them bumped off
No,
soon.
those girls that were on the Playboy Mansion, they had a horrible time of it with it.
Bet they own fucking houses
horrible
now.
time with it.
Bet they own houses. Bet Crystal's complaining from a beautiful couch.
She's done very well.
All due respect to her, but come on. If you have to put
Okay.
up with it, have a BL. You don't want them lasting.
I don't want to go down on that though.
Yeah, but like, how is that?
I already find blowjobs like repulsive. Like the amount of times I had to be like,
No
"Oh, I've
arguments
got
for
a
me.
little mouth."
No arguments
Like,
from me.
So then the idea of doing that on something that's
God, it's
like,
been so long since I've given a blowjob. Hang on.
how many years do you
That's what I'm trying to figure
reckon?
out.
Okay. I did one in 22.
I've got 10 years. 10 years blowjob free.
Stop.
Thank you.
We'll get you one of those
Thank you.
chips.
You're like, yeah, like
Get
an
me a
AA meeting.
medal. Woohoo!
Were you good at them?
Actually, yes, because I read a book.
I was so bad.
I'm such
saying
a
was
student.
because I want to get to
such
that
a student.
level.
I'll tell you for why. Obviously, you know Tracy Cox, the Daily Mail sex expert,
No.
sexpert, as it were. Well, okay, Tracy was very formative in my sex life because my mother used to say she doesn't want daughters who don't wank because they'll have terrible sex lives. Loads of her friends never learned to wank. They're her generation, and consequently they have awful sex lives. So you really need to get to know Pam and her 5 sisters. Do you ever this? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so she was like, you need to read a book. So I got a book called Hot Sex by Tracy Cox. And in it, there were 2 articles, page by page, side by side. One was by a male escort and one was by a female sex worker. And he did advice on how to give head to women. So funny. And she did the advice on how to give head to men. So funny. They absolutely should have inverted them. But oh my God, detailed prescriptions for a 16-year-old who obviously didn't have sex till I was 19. But I did all the research. I was a real nerd.
Do you do the lips over the teeth thing?
The grandma.
That was like.
It's called the grandma.
That's what we were told.
Granny dear.
That's what we were told at school. PSSG. No, no, but like the big things, the tips when I have blowjobs. For us when we
Obviously,
were
Cosmo was
teenagers.
very destructive.
So it was like lips over teeth.
Yeah.
Because you don't want to bite. If you're giving a blowjob,
No
they
biting.
don't want to be cut.
No biting.
That was the thing that was made very clear to us.
No.
So like,
Yeah.
and then
Again, it's an audio medium. No one can hear that.
you have to stop your gag reflex
Christ, how? What?
by
By
putting your
squeezing
thum in
your
your
thumb.
palm and squeezing down.
Fuck
It's an urban
off.
myth. It doesn't
Yeah,
work.
it's such
It
an
doesn't
urban
work.
myth because I've thrown up on like 6-7 stomachs. Easy, just being too
Helen, are you
enthusiastic.
joking, or have you actually thrown up?
No, yeah, insane. Absolutely, like a waterfall in my 20s. Just like I can do it. I can deep throat just like the other girls. just a picture of cheeky V. Shout out Weatherspoons and Blue Lagoon. Lest we forget.
Sorry, that must have been so traumatic for the boys.
No, they're fine. They're fine. They're fine clearing out their belly button 2 weeks. Like, oh no. Yeah.
I think you
it's
underestimate how
dehumanising.
disgusting teenage boys are.
Yeah,
How
yeah.
insane is it that people have an issue with gay people? What
Yeah,
the
that
fuck is that?
That is wild.
That's
A lovely
harrowing.
young lady.
They don't say anything about that in Cosmo.
No,
what
they
what
didn't.
to do when you
No, they
vomit on their
didn't.
stomach
Yeah.
and it's blue.
Well, you just go, oh no, shower time. Then they go and have a shower. And
Meanwhile, the gay community is douching to within an inch of their life.
Yeah, exactly.
You have no idea how easy it
Christ.
is to be a minger. Like, like my life is so much simpler because I don't care. Thank you so much
Jay,
for listening.
I hope that helps with your problem. Jay, if you ever get to this problem, because you might never get to this episode because you're all over the shop, but if you ever do, and it won't be in order, I hope that helps.
Pancake dies and so does the Queen. You got a lot coming your way.
Oh my gosh, yes, Jay, goodness.
Oh, the one episode that the BBC would not air was the day after the Queen died.
That's right.
BBC
Well, we
sounds
did
like-
podcasts throughout the funeral.
Well, it wasn't our fault they were playing it on screens outside in the pub. What is this country? You're mad. Everyone, when you talk to English people about how quickly we bury their dead, they're like, "You're wild." It's like, you fuckers queued up to watch a dead, but you're mad.
Also,
Okay,
I
we're
doubt the
kids
body
to
was
see
in
an
it.
old
If the
woman.
body's in it, open the box.
Okay, we've covered that. You'll get to it, Jay. Enjoy.
Bye.
Whoa, Helen, we've got some new executive producers.
Holy
This is
fuck.
so exciting.
Holy fuck.
In the bougie section. All right. Thank you to Guy Goodman. Bougie? Is it bougie?
Bougie.
I lent on the G. I lent on the
G.
G. Bougie. You bougie. Anyway, thank you for supporting us. Our exec producers, they are Guy Goodman, Simon Moore, Dannii Tonner, Stefanie Catracchia has moved up a level. Don't mind if we do. Oliver Jago, Anthony Conway, Matthew Thomas, Madeline Quinne, Grace O'Reilly, and J.S. A whole bunch of new guys.
Thank you all so much. And
Woohoo.
shout out to our amazing producers. You know them. Sing along. It's Richard Bicknell, Elle, Richard Bold, Neil Redmond, Harald van Dijk, Tim and Dom, David Walker, Rachel R, Sadie Cashmore, Claire Owen-Jones, Jess Nick, Zoe, Sarah and Molly, Raia Fink, Cordelia, Rachel Page, Helen A, Tina Lindsay, Graham Marsh, Amy O'Riordan, Abbie Worf, Matt Sims, Luke Bright, Leah, Kate, Spencer, Tristan, Liz Fort, Taz, Anthony, Chloe, Becky Fox, Dean Michael, Sophie Chivers, Carey Seuthe, Charley A. Don't know why that one tripped me up. That's crazy.
Yeah.
Casey, Hayley Worf. Have I not already said that? They're two Worfs. Tina Worf and Hayley Worf.
Keep
Shout
going,
out to the
keep
sisters.
going.
And Kerry, no. Oh no.
Aussie Steph.
Aussie Steph. Jam, Rainbird, Slay, Nathan Smith, Amanda McCall, Tamsyne Smith-Harding, Hannah J.
I loved my favourite read there was when you said, Kate Spencer.
Who's Kate Spencer?
She's one of our producers.
Yeah, I know that, but like.
But you said Kate Spencer. Like, there
Oh,
was
right,
two
okay.
people. Oh, thank you everyone for producing. We love you all.
Thank you, bye.
I wonder if Amanda's related to Davina.